Hello and welcome to 7 Startups educational video series. Today we'll talk about how to be a great founder. We'll start first with the importance of a team and location. Then whether to be a contrarian, navigate paradoxes, have a clear investment thesis, a long-term vision and a conclusion. What does it take to be a great founder? A great founder is able to assemble a strong team, build trust among the team members, and effectively delegate tasks. A team of 2 or 3 founders with diverse skills and experiences can compensate for each other's weaknesses and tackle a wide range of problems. Smart founders select a location that gives them access to the resources and networks needed to thrive. While Silicon Valley is a great location for tech startups, particularly those focused on mobile and marketplaces, it may not be the best location for all types of other businesses. Should you be a contrarian? Being a contrarian is trendy and easy to say, but it's difficult to be both contrarian and right. A contrarian idea is relevant to an audience and it's important to consider what others in the industry may think of it. A good way to evaluate if an idea is truly contrarian is to ask oneself, what do I know that others don't know? It's not enough to just assume that your idea is brilliant and others are not. It's important to have a reason for why the idea is contrarian and may be successful. In the early days of LinkedIn, the founder talked to many experts and sought feedback on the idea to ensure that it was truly contrarian and had the potential for success. Seek feedback from experts in their field to evaluate the potential of your contrarian idea. Being a great founder requires balancing different skills and navigating apparent paradoxes. One such paradox is the balance between doing the work and recruiting and delegating the work. Founders need to be able to do both, sometimes at 100% each. Another paradox is the balance between being flexible and persistent. Entrepreneurs are often advised to have a vision, stay firm against adversity and realize that they have a vision that is contrarian to what people think, just stay on track. The other piece of advice is to follow the data, listen to customers and pivot, be flexible. A great founder must know when to be persistent and when to be flexible. One way to navigate this is to have a project that is contrarian and to include what you know others don't know. Being a great founder involves balancing different aspects and making judgment calls. One such decision is determining if the progress being made is increasing or decreasing confidence in the investment thesis. If it's decreasing, it doesn't mean to jump off, but instead to come up with an action plan to fix it. Another decision is determining whether to have belief or fear, and being able to hold the belief while also being open to criticism, negative feedback, and competitive entries. Determining whether to focus internally on building a product or externally on recruiting and gathering network intelligence is key. Be flexible and adjust based on the current problem at hand and the data gathered. Remember that data only exists in the framework of a vision and that negative data doesn't necessarily mean abandoning the vision, but rather altering the way it's being approached. The goal is to navigate these apparent paradoxes and make judgment calls on how to divide the work and move forward. Entrepreneurs are often thought of as risk-takers, as they boldly pursue opportunities that others may shy away from. However, being a great founder also involves being able to take intelligent risks. This means focusing on how to take a focused risk that has a high potential payoff and minimizing other risks. It's important to have a clear investment thesis and to consider how to maximize your chances of success. It's about striking a balance between risk-taking and being strategic about how those risks are taken. Having a clear investment thesis is important for minimizing risks as a founder. An investment thesis can be charted out as a list of bullet points outlining the potential benefits and value proposition of a product, and the market and economic factors that will drive its adoption. As a founder, it's important to regularly evaluate the confidence in the investment thesis, and to adjust the strategy or pivot as necessary based on market data and feedback from smart people. For example, in the early days of PayPal, the initial plan was to use cash on Palm Pilots for mobile payments, but it was realized that this wouldn't work even before the product was launched. The team then pivoted to using email payments as the backbone of the service, which ultimately led to its success. This process of regularly evaluating and adjusting the strategy is important for minimizing risks and increasing the chances of success as a founder. Another apparent paradox for founders is balancing the need for a long-term vision with solving immediate and local problems. The key is to balance both and to jump between them. It's important to always have a long-term vision in mind to ensure that the overall direction is on track, but also to be focused on solving the problem in front of you. A good example of this is product strategy and distribution. Many founders focus on product development but fail to consider how to get the product to customers. Having a good product distribution strategy is more fundamental than the product itself. Similarly, financing, as running out of money can be the death of your startup, regardless of how good the product is. So, a good strategy must include funding as well as product distribution. In short, when executing on a strategy, a founder should consider how product distribution and financing work together to ensure that the long-term vision can be achieved. Success in startups is not being the first to market, but more so on being the best. Founders who have specialized knowledge or expertise in their industry have a strategic advantage over rivals and established players, giving them a boost in growth. Having a competitive edge does not guarantee success, it certainly enhances a company's chances. Startup failure is rarely caused by the product itself, but by various other factors such as conflicts between the founders, leaving for better-paying jobs, building a product that is not in line with the target audience, an insufficient or dispersed market, intense competition with well-funded competitors, poor hiring decisions and poor management practices. In many cases, it is a combination of multiple issues, not just one, that results in the downfall of a startup. To conclude, we believe, to be a great founder, it's generally helpful to have superpowers, such as being a good product person, having good leadership and networking skills, and being able to recognize when you're on track or not. Have a clear investment thesis and be constantly evaluating and adjusting your strategy to ensure that you're on track. The traditional image of a founder is a white male, but in reality, founders can come from diverse backgrounds with diverse experiences and skills. Examples of this can be diversity in age, race, gender, etc. Many successful founders have come from diverse backgrounds, such as Jack Ma, who was a teacher before he became a successful entrepreneur. Thank you for watching. Check out our website if you'd like to know more about 7startup, and be sure to watch the rest of our educational videos.